Hi Trinity Rock and Pop Drummers, hope you're well. Quick talk through video for you here for Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine, of course. Trinity Rock and Pop Drums, grade 6. Love it, man. What a band, what a tune. Tom Morello, one of my guitar heroes. In fact, all the members of the band, my heroes. I just think it's so awesome that, I always say this with rock and pop, don't I? At grade 6, in an exam, in an academic context, you can play these tunes and learn these tunes. It's so cool. There's so much that's good in here as well that you can, not saying take and rip off, but kind of lovingly recreate, you know, when you're doing your own playing as well. There's so much that's good in here. I just think back to when I was doing grade 6, would have been about 16 years old, something like that, playing in a band, a couple of bands actually at that point, and just like these grooves would have been right up my street, just the sort of thing I would have used in my own playing. So let's get cracking. So what you've got is at the start, this is a nice sight, isn't it? You turn to the top and straight away we see a basic straight 8s feel, big trashy hi-hat, and yeah, what a nice thing to see at the start of a grade 6 piece. Goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto the second line, you've got a crash. Nine is 3, 4, 1, 2. So that was playing from the beginning all the way through to bar 9 and 10. You drop out with that trashy hi-hat straight 8s groove at bar 9. You've then got the rest of that bar that you rest, and then you've got 1, 2, which is a little 2-beat rest, and then cymbals ad-lib the 3 beats. So 3, 4, something like that. You've then got a bar 12 that goes 1, 2, 3. So 1 is the crash cymbal and kick, P there, piano, soft, really light, and then on beat 3, 16th note, a big crescendo, snare drum, floor tom together, 3E and a 4E and a. So I'll play you the third line of the music. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then you're into the riff 2. Great groove, man. Here it comes. So brilliant groove, man, brilliant feel. So the basic thing here is it's a straight 8s feel. The ride here is just playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there's a crash on the first beat of each bar. All the movement in the groove in this riff 2 section comes from the kick and the snare, which is playing 1, a 2, a 3, a 4E, and 1, a 2, a 3E, a 4E. So 1, a 2, a 3E, a 4E, and. Ride. And with the crash on the first beat of each bar. So that's the core groove, and when you get to the 4th bar each time, so this groove, this riff 2 section is 2 lines long, isn't it? On the 4th bar at the end of the first line, the variation is. So that's bar 16, ride cymbal again, plays dead straight. This time no crash at the start. Kick and snare in bar 16 goes. So 1, a 3. What we do quite a lot in the lessons that I teach and work with guys on these pieces is if they're sort of quote unquote struggling to put those grooves together, the kick and snare parts together, what we often do is make sure they've got the rhythm clear in their head first. That's usually at the heart of it, is not a not clear understanding of the rhythm. So certainly when you're first learning it anyway. So what we do is we imagine that was on one instrument, right? The kick and the snare part. 1, a 2, a 3E and a 4E and a 1, a 2, a 3E and a 4E and a ba, 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 ba. Should really help you get the feel of the thing, man. If you're at this point, I mean, all of those rhythms are grade 1, 2, 3 rhythms. If you're not up to the reading, counting stuff, I've actually done a couple of videos recently about that. All of the stuff you'll need for this song, I think, yeah, man, pretty much all the stuff you'll need for this song is in the videos for grades 1, 2, and 3, like reading and counting. So feel free to check those out. I'll put them in the description below if you're not quite on top of this stuff. It's not absolutely necessary to learn it, because of course you can do it by ear, but it's super helpful, I've got to say. Like, if guys and girls are fluent in the counting system, it makes learning this stuff like infinitely easier, man. And it just, for your own sake, man, in my opinion, my best advice is it would make learning songs like this so much easier if you got your head around the reading and the counting side of it. So going back to bar 16. 1 and 2. So I'm going to play the first line now of the riff 2 section. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3 from 13. Hopefully that's cool. You just because I know someone will ask, the crashes, you can hit one crash, the other crash, doesn't really matter, man. It's pretty nice to spice it up a bit, or even both together. It doesn't really matter, man. Just experiment with that. At the start of the tune, it recommends that you have 2 crashes in your setup here. Not the end of the world if you don't. You can always crash on the edge of the ride as well. But yeah, I'd say change it up a bit with those crashes. All right, next bit, 17. So the only change again here is on the 4th bar, and it's in the right at the end there. 1, a 2, a 3E, and a 4E, and so everything is as normal up to beat 4. Is that right? Yeah, it is. And then on 4 it goes 4E and 4E and like every one of the 16ths is accounted for. 4E and so that last bar again, bar 20. Okay, one last time I'll play the whole of the riff 2 section. Okay, then we're into the verse. Goes like this. So straight 8s again on the hi-hat, kick in the snare. 1, a 2, 3E, and 1E, 2, 3E, E. So again, I'm not saying it's an easy thing, but they're grade 3 rhythms. You could read that kick and snare line as one instrument. 1, 2, 3. And then it's and with the hi-hat. And the snare drum hits. Sorry, the snare drum, the open hi-hat is on the and of beat 4 in each bar. Big thing to watch out for there is in the style of, I would say, very much in the style of Led Zeppelin song. Why can't I think of that? Whole Lot of Love, right? In the style of the Whole Lot of Love groove. Watch out for that snare drum in the 2nd bar on the and of beat 4. Verse groove one more time. Cool. So a little 2-bar phrase for the verse. We then continue, repeat the previous 2 bars marking, and now we're on the bit 27 and 28. This will go. I'll play that bit again, 27 and 28. Okay, so first bar, 1, 2, 3, and pretty much like normal, but no open hi-hat at the end. And then the choke hi-hats bar. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and choked hi-hats as in a little burst, right? When you do like a open hi-hat and close it shortly afterwards. I would personally play these with a heel up on the hi-hat. My little rule I have in my head is if a choked hi-hat is on a 16th note, I play it with a heel up on the hi-hat, that is, bouncing on the ball of your foot. If it's longer than that, like an 8th note or longer, I play it with heel down. So I would go heel up here. And they're on 1 E, 2, here they are, the of beat 2, and then the E of beat 3. 1 E, 2, E. And then we've got, so 4 E and where the E of beat 4 is doubled up there. It's 32nd notes instead of 16ths. You could either play that as a double stroke, so, or like I did there as single strokes. I think in the rock style, probably single strokes would be the thing, but it would work either way. I'll play that 2 bars one last time. Okay, 29, the groove continues. As before, and then 35 and 36. Just as it was before, man. Okay, instrumental, we're back to the ride. And so on. I'll get to that. I'll get to all that in a minute. So the instrumental, the first time bar is what you played for riff 2, the first time section. So the bit with the 1 over it, you play 4 bars of that. You then repeat that section, and the first 3 bars are the same on the second time around. You've got the second time bar, which is the bit with the 2 over the top. So that goes. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E. 16th notes at the end, 4 E and Now this leads us into the most sort of exciting and probably tricky bit of the tune, honestly. What I would recommend here, if you watch my little video demo that I did of this ages ago, I kind of rattled through these tunes quite quickly when I first got this book, and I didn't do this there. So I guess what I'm going to say about this is you can play this next section, the crash cymbal bits, any way you like in terms of sticking. I think I did it with a kind of paradiddle type sticking, just instinctively when I played through this before. I'm going to suggest here, or I'm going to demonstrate it here, using a single stroke roll style sticking for all these crash cymbals on 16ths. That's up to you, basically. If you're looking for guidance, then follow my way of doing it here. And I think it is, on balance, probably the simplest way to do it. Having said that, if you do find yourself doing it a different way, and here's the biggest, most important bit, it works, like you're playing it correctly and it feels good, then fine. If you find yourself sitting there going, I'm struggling with this, I would say keep it simple and follow the single stroke roll sticking that I'll demonstrate here. So coming out of the second time bar again. because from the second time bar, the bit with the 2 over it, down to about bar 47, something like that. So once you've done the second time bar, 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Can you see what's happening? Whenever I'm playing the 16th notes, I'm basically playing right, left, right, left. So classic grade 1 stuff, man. 16th notes as 1 E and a. So and so on, right, left, right, left. So when I'm playing those crash cymbal hits, starting at on beat 4 of the second time bar, which is bar 40, I'm going 4 E. So all right, the one on beat 4 is both sticks together, but after that, left, right, left. That will mean that my right stick will play at the beginning of bar 41 on the quarter note there. 1, 2, and then for 3 E and a, 4 E and a of bar 41, single stroke roll, and you do a kick drum every time you hit a crash. So starting at 41 now. So basically, right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now, most drummers, and I definitely would have done it, grade 6, find that quite tricky at first. That's cool, man. Just take your time with it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not struggling with it. It just takes some building up, man. Some people say with this, oh, I'm struggling with this section. Oh, I don't know what it is. They say, I'm struggling. I don't know what it is. And you say, well, okay, how long have you been looking at this tune? And they go, oh, maybe a week, 2 weeks. No, man, there's a reason there's a number 6 on the front of the book. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this takes a bit of time to build up, man. So just take your time with it. Go real slow. You might find at first you're going. That tempo or slower, that's completely cool. Don't lose your stuff over this, man. Just go slow. You'll get it. Take some building up. That's the thing. There's a reason there's a 6 on the book. Right, okay, cool. So the next bit, after you've played that twice, I'll go from 41, right? So the third bar there, 43, is almost the same thing, isn't it? Except at the end, rather than doing a left stick and kick, you do a cheeky little flam on the of beat 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That leads you into 44. And here we've got 1 and a. So again here, take some building up, coordination-wise for most people, but single stroke roll, right, left for 16ths. Like if you've been following my lessons, you do right from grade 1, right from the start. And whenever you play a figure that is based on 16ths but leaves out any particular note, like right at the start, 1 E and a, leaves out the 1, doesn't it? The 1 is rested. You leave out that stick. So instead of going right, left at the start, you go left, right, left. So we preserve that right, left on the 16th note sticking. That's what I'd recommend. Again, could work a different way, but that's what I'd recommend. I'll play from 44 one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. A bit slower. 1, 2, bar 44, 4 E and a 1. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Then the 2/4 bar carries on in the same vein. Don't stress about the fact that it's 2/4. It's just 2 beats long. That's all it is. That's going to go 1 E and a, 2 E and a. On the 2 E and a, we've got, so the kick drum on its own comes into play. So 2/4 bar, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 1. 1 E and a, 2 E and a 1. Okay, I'll do 44 and 45. 3 E and a, 4 E and a 1. And then what do one time real slow. I'll go from the second time section, the bit with the 2 over it. 3E and a 4E and a. When you hit 46, well, you can hear the kick and snare is going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Hi-hat plays trashy 8ths. Okay, then we're going to go into a super soft section right on the edge of your floor tom here. This is the last line of the second page. Bar 50. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a E and a 2E and a 4E. So again, you've got the little bursts, so-called there. It's basically a 16th note pattern, but a couple of times on the E of beat 2 and the of beat 3, you're doubling up. You can play them as double strokes. I'm just going to play them as singles at twice the rate here. I think for rock music that's a good bet. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 4 times. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play from the instrumental to the bottom of the second page. So I'm starting bar 37. Here it comes. And repeat that section. Second time bar. 41. 42. 43. Seven, 48, 49, 50. And we've got DC Al Coda, DC Da Capo from the start, from the top. Like the cap, right? Like I'm wearing right now on your head, from the head. So we play the whole first 2 lines again then, and the coda, this is the funniest coda you'll ever see, the coda is just 1 note, a crash with a kick. So basically after you've done the last little, you go. Third bar, 4th bar, now a crash. Coda crash. So that's it. I hope that's all making a bit of sense. That's all it is at the end. So DC Al Coda from the head until the coda. The coda, which you'll have seen before if you've got to grade 6, is just when you've got that little thing that looks like a crosshair. If you ever played a video game where you're a fighter pilot and you go from where it says to coda and there's the crosshair to the other crosshair, which is at the end of the tune and says the word coda as well. This is just a little jump. So I hope that all makes a bit of sense. I think it's a pretty nice one for grade 6. There's some challenging stuff in there. The instrumental section will take a bit of building up. If you find yourself saying the phrase, this is hard, I'm struggling with that, 2 things to remember. Number 1, sort of supposed to be, man. It's not supposed to be something you do instantly. For even a drummer who's like been successful at grade 5 and the previous grades, you're not suddenly supposed to play it like instantly. Spend some time with it, man. Build it up. It takes some work, right? Do the reps. You know what I'm saying? You got to work your way up to it. You're not entitled to just play this straight away. No one is. And secondly, if you need guidance on the sticking, yeah, do that. I'd go single stroke. So the principle being 16th notes played a single stroke roll. If you're right-handed like me, right, left, 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 for 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And any notes that you leave out, like the 1 and the 3, which happens a lot, like from 44 onwards, a 1 and a 3, for example, you leave out that, which will be a right stick. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a becomes 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. That just keeps you on track, keeps your right stick or lead stick landing on the beat. Can be really, really useful. So I hope that was helpful. Well done if you made it to the end of this. And if you're at grade 6 and working hard on this, congratulations, well done. Thanks for watching as always, massively appreciate it. Thanks to all the lovely people who've supported this channel via my Buy Me a Coffee support page. If you're appreciating these videos and you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can do that there. I'll link to it below. You can also become a monthly supporter of this channel where you get a load of other great benefits as well. Please check that out below. Please do whatever you can, man, to support this channel if you like it. Please like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed at this point, please do so. Massively appreciate people doing that. And yeah, any questions about this amazing grade 6 tune or anything else to do with this, give us a shout. See you soon. Thanks so much.